to 55 miles per hour on land, 10 to 12 knots in the water, and a world record 289 miles per hour right off the edge of this land. Alright, so I didn't lose to him back there, did I? No one lost at breakfast either? No. Kyle's going to be cleaning it up there. Alright, so if you guys do actually happen to fall on today's tour, just make sure you take someone with you, since I usually don't stop for just one person. On today's we may see some wildlife, so if you guys do see any wildlife, just let me know and I'll do my best to slow down, let you guys get a good look at them. But if we don't see any wildlife on today's tour, I'll just do the next best thing and I'll hand the mic over to Kyle here and he'll tell us all about his wildlife. Okay, no, we probably won't be doing that, but we'll be sure to find some wildlife on today's tour, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And if we don't see any wildlife, I'll probably just make up some wildlife or I'll throw one of you guys overboard and I'll tell you some wildlife and Kyle, you can pick who you want me to throw overboard. Sounds good? Okay. You guys are all scared now. But don't worry, we'll be sure to find some wildlife. You guys have nothing to worry about. Oh, we're doing some wildlife coming up here on the left, though. Did you guys see it? No? Okay, well, there's this baby top plane right here. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty sparky. It's pretty cute, I know. But yeah, I told you I'd make up some wildlife, so there you go. Yeah, you don't see one of those every day. They're pretty rare. You don't stop a lot? To make our way through the S curves, and now the S curve gets its name because it's a series of sharp turns in the shapes of the letter. Sorry, no. But this is actually one of the more dangerous parts on today's tour, so I'm going to ask that you guys reach under your seats and grab those red safety belts and strap them right across your lap. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it never gets old. Yeah, that'll be a point for the truck driver. Safety belts, oh boy. Now just descended into beautiful Ferndale. Now Ferndale is home to a wide variety of ferns, such as the green fern, the red fern, the blue fern, the orange fern, the white fern, the talking fern, the walking fern, the repeating fern, the repeating fern, the repeating fern, the repeating fern, the interrupting fern, and on the left here, the very rarely seen invisible fern. Yeah, in case you guys missed it, there's another batch over here on the left though. Yeah, they're pretty cool looking. They're actually one of my favorites. Alright, but as you guys might have noticed, it is a bit cooler down here, and on any summer given day, it can be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler down here, and that would actually be because of the high canopies, the trees which block out sunlight, and these sandstone cliffs on either side which hold in moisture. And with both those things combined, it creates pretty much a natural air conditioner, making this the perfect habitat for the ferns to grow in. That squeak is really annoying. And before we go in today, I just got to make sure I stop here and check for traffic and make sure no cars are coming. But it can be a little bumpy going in, so I'm going to ask with your left hand to grab that seat in front of you. And with your right, you for your nose, because here we go.
Huh?
Alright, well just like that, I have disengaged the wheels. So if you guys look off the side of the duct, you can see them slowly sinking to the bottom. There we go, they are still there, they are still there. Alright, well on this part of the tour, I'll be pointing out a few rock formations and saying just a few things down the river, but you guys will pretty much get to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery. Take some photos if you like. Seeing as this is one of the more relaxing parts of the scenic on today's tour. Blue heron up here on the rock in the water up there. Here on the left. I'll just give you guys a little information about this sample you guys are going to be seeing today. Well, it's actually called Potsdam Sample. It's been found only 4 places in the world. Potsdam, Germany, where it gets its name. There are Switzerland, upstate New York, and right here in this 10.5-mile stretch of the Wisconsin River. Now, it's a very brittle rock, so if I were to give each and every one of you a piece, you could easily crush the palm of your hands, except for probably Kyle here. You know, he's in the weight room a little bit more. But it is also a very porous rock, and that would actually be because it has a very thin shell, rocky shell on the outside, but inside it is a very sandy core, so it makes it very easy for the trees and roots to grow in there, up there without any topsoil up there. It's also why some of the trees are actually going out at an angle towards the river there because of the lack of topsoil up there. But we're now coming up on our first rock formation on today's tour. So if you guys look off the left side of the duck here, all this shoreline all the way through that rock is sticking out overhead. Well, that is known as Pulpit Rock. Now, the story behind Pulpit Rock, back in the 1800s, a traveling preacher would sit up there and give a sermon to the Winnebagos who float up in their wooden canoes down below. Well, his sermons were so boring that the Winnebagos would fall asleep and drift downriver. And so the next day, the preacher went into town to try and find something to liven up his sermon, but all he could find was a local bartender and his baby grand piano. And so then the next Sunday, the preacher came out, gave a sermon, and just like clockwork, the Winnebagos fell asleep and drifted downriver. Yeah, well, that really angered the preacher very much, so he began to jump up and down, and being the heavy-set man that he was, split Pulpit Rock right in half, but he wasn't done there. But he got back up there and threw that bartender all the way into that tree over there. Yes, the green one. And then he pushed that baby grand piano off the side where it still lies today. Lights up against the side, he's facing the heavens. So, yeah, you guys believe my story there? It's a pretty good story, right?
Yeah.
I guess probably the first group all year that'll believe me. Yeah. Everyone else is looking at me like I'm crazy or something. It is true, exactly, yeah. But would it make it a little bit more believable if I told you I could still get some music out of it, maybe some hard rock or the Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
Some great stuff right there. Too bad I cannot play the piano to save my life, so you will not be hearing any music from me today. Yeah, it would just be awful. guys have any questions on the tour today, feel free to shout them on up with me, and I'll do my best to give you guys a good answer. Or at least I'll just say something up that sounds like a good answer. But if I can't give you guys a good answer, I'll just do the next best thing, and I'll hand the mic over to Kyle here, and he's going to sing you guys a song. You guys will hopefully get all about that question. Yeah, don't worry, he told me he's been practicing all morning, so I'm sure he'll be just fine. I think he was talking to some Katy Perry or some Pauly Danny, I don't know, so totally up to him. You better think of Pauly Danny, Kyle. That's what they want to hear right now. Alright, but we're now actually at our second rock formation, and most famous on today's tour, and that is Hawks Beach. So if you guys look off the left side of the duck here, at this point, then you look up about 50 feet, you can see 3 ledges. And if you use your imagination, that lower ledge there, that could be the Hawks lower beak. The upper ledge could be the Hawks upper beak, and then that little ledge in the middle, that could be the Hawks tongue. And you stretch your imagination just a little bit further, you'll see that slit on the upper ledge there, well that could be the Hawks eye. And the cliff just to the right of the head that sticks out and heads back inward, well that could be the Hawks left wing and shoulder, as it soars across the Wisconsin River. I just say this is a famous rock formation though, because it was actually featured on the cover of Time Life magazine back in the 60s. And I'll just give you guys a little Winnebago legend that goes with this rock. Many young braves who was accused of a serious crime. They would have to sit up there for 24 hours, and in that 24 hours, if a hawk flew overhead, well, they were found not guilty. But if a hawk didn't fly overhead in that 24 hours, yeah, well, they were found guilty with up to 2 50-pound boulders and tossed to almost certain death. And I say most certain because the death actually reaches right around this point, about 60 feet. I'll see that rock formation pretty clearly, though, right? Yeah? Okay, well, that's good. Because it actually took me about 3 months to carve that, so I just want to make sure everyone can see it. Yeah, it is a good job, right? That's good. Well, now, just in case you guys are interested in how Wisconsin Dells actually got its name, Wisconsin is a Chippewa word that means dark, rushing waters, and Dells is actually from a French word dal, which is spelled D-A-L-L-E-S, and it means flatline rock, so how the Dells actually got its name there, just in case you guys were wondering about that. But we're now actually at our third and final rock formation on today's tour. It's kind of more of a funnier rock formation. But if you guys look off the right side of the duck here, just left of all those trees where the rock sort of sticks out of it, and it has the dead tree hanging there with that vertical crack down the middle. Yeah, well, I don't know about you guys, but to me that looks like the south end of a northern bound elephant. Just think that's your imagination. The dead tree hanging there, that could be the elephant's tail, and a vertical crack down the middle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is, and I'm really not going to go into much more detail. But that's what us duck drivers like to call elephant butt rock. And legend has it that on any given night, there will always be a full moon right here at the point of the river. Alright, but the next part I'll be talking about up here, I'll have to be serious about. There's no corny jokes or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that, at least for a little bit. But after that, I can't guarantee you that there won't be more corny jokes. So, just give you guys a little heads up there so you can mentally prepare for all these awesome jokes that we're going to get. And I know they're really great. here you guys will notice the gap in the tree line there. That's actually the spot where Lake Elm reached back on June 9th, 2008. And what happened was we received so much rainfall for the few days around that time that the lake actually rose about 51.5 inches past its normal average. And because the dams couldn't get rid of the water fast enough, the lake had to find the magnitude after the leaf concentration right there below it. So eventually the water started to flow over top the highway there, a couple land eroded, and then it all burst free and hit the shoreline over here on the left. And you guys can still see the water marks over there. Where all those roots are showing up there, that's actually how high the river got. And the lake rolled free and washed the Wisconsin River. So you guys can just imagine how much damage was actually done that day. But it ended up taking about 2.5 hours for the 267-acre lake to drain completely. And it took within 5 houses that whole stretch of Highway County 8, all the trees on the land, the line of right through there. So it's pretty much a 400-foot channel right through there. But it ended up costing about $3.6 million to repair that whole section right in there, so quite a bit. And just to give you guys a better look at it, so we'll be getting a lake down about 9 to 10 minutes, so it should be pretty quick. A lot of us yelling into a rain, but you know, that's what works this time. Well, compared to normal, it's probably about 2 weeks down, but the lake seems to be like right over there. Like you can see the line, right? The water line that you can see like right up there, probably about 5 meters above that. But it's about 2 or 3 feet lower than it's normal this year. This is the sense of the dry summer. Well, now you guys are probably wondering why this water has such a brownish tint to it. Well, it's actually because the root beer factories up north was discharging the root beer every night. So after the store, we can all go get some ice cream coming down to have a Wisconsin River flow. How does that sound? Pretty good, right? Yeah, just let you guys try it out first and let me know how it tastes. It's actually because the Tamarack swamp from the north would give off a tannic acid. You guys are probably thinking tannic acid, well, that sounds pretty harmful. Well, it's actually not. It's found in several household refreshments that you guys probably drink every day, such as coffee, tea, Coca-Cola, and depending on how your day is going, even in some Jack Daniel and some red wine. But it is actually describing all those household refreshments that it's harmful coloring, so you guys see it's really not harmful. Like I said, you probably drink it every day. To make our first amphibious landing away at Dell Creek, and now because of the soft sands and rocky bottoms, some ducks tend to get stuck, but don't worry. I have a little plan that would happen. Me, Kyle, and the rest of the strongmen on board will go to the back of the dock. We'll lower the women and children safely into the freezing cold water, so that they can push us out. That sounds like a pretty good plan, right? No, I'm just kidding. The water's not really that cold. on the left is the W.J. Newman Dam built back in 1927 to hold back the rushing waters of Bell Creek, forming artificial lake dome. But after the breach, they put about $1.5 million worth of improvements into the dam. And then they also added an 80-foot spillway on the right and on the lake drains about 2.5 more times than they did before. So hoping the whole breaching will happen again. And this is actually a great photo opportunity, so you guys can feel free to take all the dam pictures you want. It's actually to refill the whole lake. All they did was open up the dam so the near lake and let the creek flow back naturally. And it actually took about a full month to refill the whole lake, and they did that back in April of 09, so in case you guys were wondering how they did that. We'll go here back there.